In one of the visions, I was in our church here, and I saw a man of God on the stage. He was preaching. And this time, immediately, I began to see different angels in their numbers. Just at the front of the altar, they were aligned straight at the front, facing the congregation. And each one of them had a big book with them. Each one of the angels was carrying a big book. And while I was seeing this, I was wondering what was going on. And as a man of God began to preach, my ears was opened. And he began to preach about the altar series. It was as though we went back to the messages, yes, that a man of God has preached. And this time, he appeared in like a different color of suit. It was just all about him. So once that series was over, one of the angels that opened the book would close it, and a bell would ring. Immediately, the altar series, the doctor was done preaching about the altar series. One of the angels would close the book, and the bell would ring. And the bell was like a shaking in the heart. It was like, be warned. Then the scene changed. Just Dr. Sin was changing. And immediately the scene began to change. His outfits would change. As though he had different suits or different color of suits for every mystery he unveiled for the church. And there was a different color of suits, and Doctor was talking this time about the prayer series. And after that series was over, the other angel that had the book opened would close the book, and the bell would also ring. Then the scene changed again, and Doctor was talking about the grace series, the message on grace. And when that series was over, the same thing would happen. Another angel would close the book, and the bell would ring. And this time, different messages that appeared on my face. And this time, Doctor was talking about the glory, entertaining the glory, just about the glory series. Yes. And the angel that was in charge of that book was far bigger than the rest of the angels that was standing. And the book was opened just in front of him. And Doctor began to preach about entertaining the glory. Everything that he has taught us, everything began to come back again. And I noticed that when Doctor was done, the angel did not close the book. So I perceived in my heart in the vision that I'm sure it's because the series has not ended. That's why the book was not closed. So while this was going on, my heart began to shake, and I saw a beam of light descend from heaven. There was a portal opened just in the middle of the altar, and it descended from heaven. And as it began to walk towards me, my heart began to shake. And as he began to walk, sir, from where he descended, he began to speak. He had not even gotten close to me before he began to speak. And he said, for every mystery that the chosen prophet of the Lord would reveal to the church and to the world, for as many that would hear it, judgment would come. And for many that would hear and not apply the words spoken of the prophet of the Lord, there would be instant judgment on that person. He said, do not say, Lord, Lord, I did not know, or I didn't know, or I was supposed to do this or do that. I didn't know I was supposed to apply the word. I just heard the word, and there was no application. He said, do not say, Lord, Lord, I forget, for ignorance would not be permissible in the time of judgment. Immediately he said it, I began to quake because he began to get close to me. So while he began to get close to me, he said this word. He said, take heed, for this is a time to apply the word. This is a time to take the word in your heart and apply the word. And immediately, sir, I came out of the vision.
In the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses,